that happened when, I mean, fishing was always difficult. It wasn't like, except for the scallops maybe, if it was a good year, it was quick bucks, but when the building boom occurred, there was money to be made that was easier than fishing. And I think a lot of people that fished, commercial fishermen, went into the trades, or they went into building. And I think they didn't know how long it was gonna last, but it was a fast buck. And I think the feeling was always that, okay, well, we'll do this to make some money and then we can always go back fishing. And I don't think they realized that all that development was pretty much closing the door to them in terms of, the changes in water quality that have resulted from the population increase and the housing and everything else. So,
when I got out of high school, the summertime population was, according to the Vineyard Gazette, 35,000. Maybe you could give it 40,000. The wintertime population was 5,000.
Yeah.
Now, the wintertime population is 40,000. And if you believe the Vineyard Gazette, the summer population is 105,000. I think that is low. So you have to realize that the numbers that we're talking about, when I first started as a shellfish constable, we sold 200 commercial shellfish permits. Now we sell 50.
Mm-hmm.
We sold only 300 recreational permits. Now we sell over 1,000. So the face of the fisheries changed. The amount of shellfish coming out of the water is a lot less than it used to be. A good scallop year back in the heyday of Edgartown was 25,000, even higher. We would admit to 25,000.
Bushels.
Bushels.
Yeah.
Nowadays, a good year is 5 to 10,000. And only because it's divided fewer ways does it seem like it's a good scallop year, it's a bad scallop year, but the overall catch is a lot lower than it used to be. So
When I started at the Martha's Vineyard Commission in '74, nitrogen in marine waters was not considered to be an issue. There was no guidance for what concentrations would pose a problem. The guidance that was out there was for drinking water, and that was 10 parts per million. Now we know that a half a part per million in the coastal waters is the point where eutrophic conditions set in, where you get excess growth of the green algae, ulva and pteramorpha. They break loose and they accumulate in the bottom waters and smother the shellfish. As they decay, the oxygen gets removed from the water. Shellfish can survive that for a short period of time, but when you get those conditions going on for late July, August, and into September, it's just too much. So it was only I think it was in the late 80s where nitrogen in the marine environment became up on the awareness level where we need to start thinking about doing something.
I mean, the water was really clean when I first came. Right in front of the hatchery, the bottom was stony. It was like it was up, like it is in Menamsha still. And then within 5 or 10 years, a lot of seaweed, and then the seaweed would die, and now it's pretty much like this anaerobic mud. I worked there 40 years. To see that much change, to go from, there were scallops, solid scallops, right on the beach in front of the hatchery, from that to this mucky seaweed in just 40 years is pretty scary when you think in terms of how fast it happened. And unfortunately, I think even if we clean everything up, it's probably not gonna, it'll take at least 40 years, if not more, to bring it back.
Mm-hmm.
So my quick guidance to people that ask about shellfish is it's hanging in there, but like a lot of things on Martha's Vineyard, it's not as good as it used to be.